Hi quilting friends, my name is Olivia and this is a QuiltTube video. If you watch Colleen and Cheryl from Stitching with the Sisterlies, they have started a series of videos called QuiltTube that are meant to kind of mimic the format of FlossTube. And if you don't know what FlossTube is, that's where we sit and yap about our cross stitch. So QuiltTube is where we sit and yap about our quilting. And I love the videos that I've been seeing and I wanted to contribute myself. And so that's what I'm here yapping about. Let's see, I did a quilting video not too long ago, maybe like a month. I can't even remember, honestly. I don't know why I brought it up if I can't remember when it was. But I am back to come update you on what I've been doing to my quilting. Spoiler alert, there's been no actual quilting, but they've been sewing and buying and planning and all of the good stuff. I have been very slowly organizing my craft room and kind of doing a rehaul over, I guess, the last year. And like it's really like probably what an average person could get done in a week, and I've been doing it in a year. But I'm really trying to get my room set up with like number one priority being function. So like most of the decorations are off the walls at this point. It doesn't look cute, but I'm starting to get things set up the way I need them to be so I can be a little more efficient and so I can see all my pretty fabrics, but like not feel completely overwhelmed by them. If you saw my video about the Quilter's estate sale, I have a lot of fabric now. And that just added on to other estate sale purchases and secondhand purchases and quilt shop purchases. And oh my gosh, I have so much fabric. I'm sure many of you can relate, and I'm very happy to have it all. But I need to be sewing things with it. I definitely went through a quilting slump for a while and a piecing slump for a while. Last year was kind of a tough year for me personally, and the sewing seemed to be the thing that got knocked off the list. I think I just wasn't inspired, but now I'm back, baby. I've been getting back to my hand applique, and I have been loving it so much. So I'm excited about that, and I'm really ready to like get back to piecing. And sometimes you just gotta like force yourself into it, I think, just to get back in the rhythm. So I need to do that. But anyway, let's get right into some of the stuff that I have been working on. I don't have a great setup for filming QuiltTube right now. I'd love to have like some nice fabric background, but I'm just gonna sit here on my couch, which means I'm gonna have to stop and start and edit. I'll edit it all together, but I'm gonna have to go pick things up, put them back, etc. So if it's a little choppy, that's why. So yeah, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you my applique quilt that I'm working on. So I am stitching The Raven by Blackbird Designs. I believe this is out right now. I mean, it's the distributors are out right now, but I heard Mode is going to be printing more. So if you can't find it right now, please don't be concerned. It'll come back. But I am stitching this in a quilt along with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts and Celeste from Celeste Creates. And I know a few others, like my friend Lori from Textilist, are going to join in. It's, you know, start whenever you want, finish whenever you want, but hopefully share your progress. So I've just been really into this and enjoying it a lot. And here is the full quilt. I have finished the top 3 blocks, and I'll show this to you right now. So here is block number 1. I'm doing these, most of the fabrics are Pambuda, with some others mixed in. That's block 1. This is block 2. And this is block 3. If you'd only seen them in pictures, you might not realize how big they are, but they're pretty big. And I think they're, off the top of my head, I want to say like 20, they'll finish at 20 inches square. So my plan is replace the sashing with a dark red color, and the light purple will be replaced by a dark red color, and I'm adding a little extra of it in here and there. You know, one of the challenging parts for me making this quilt is I'm picking out fabrics as I go along for each block. So you know, every time I start choosing fabrics for another block, I have to like sit down and pull out the finished blocks and kind of try to make sure that it's all gonna vibe together. So I think I have 4 different fabrics that I'm using for the backgrounds. So I've figured out which blocks those will go into, and then just like really just try my best, cross my fingers, and hope it all comes together in the end. I am nervous about the sawtooth that is paper pieced, and I've never done that, and I've never really wanted to do it. I don't know why it scares me so much, but I really want that sawtooth border, so I'm just going to have to suck it up and figure out how to do that. So I figure I'll just, when the time comes, I'll just play around with some scraps until I figure it out, and then cut into my fabric and get to work on it. But it's a very fun quilt. If you're newer to applique, it's nice to work with big pieces. They're a little easier than small pieces. I'm using Applique, the Applique method. I'll put it on the screen. There's only 1 P in that word if you ever want to look it up. I have several now videos about it, and I have one kind of thorough tutorial, and then as I come up with like tips or tricks or anything, I post quick videos about that. I carry the tools in my shop. And I just took a class, an applique class with Catherine Wiley. She makes amazing quilts. And I joined the Applique Society. It's like $25 a year. I highly recommend. They have once a month, they have like a guest, and they do like a Zoom call, like, you know, a popular quilt designer. And I haven't been able to attend the meetings live, but they send out the recordings and they're available for a couple weeks. And then like the Catherine Wiley class, they offered that through the Applique Society for like $50, and it was a great class. It was a whole, I think it was like 6 hours. And I learned some helpful things there. So I hope to kind of incorporate those in my future videos. You know, a little bit here and there. I'm not trying to copy her class. If you get the opportunity to take a class from her, I highly recommend. So that really got me inspired too, and I want to make a million quilts with applique. But I'm trying to stick to this one for now. Though I do have another one that I'm working on a little bit here and there that I'll show you. Actually, I'll show that to you right now. The other applique quilt that I am starting on, I haven't done a ton on this one, but I pick it up here and there. This is Garden Home by Kathy Schmitz. I bought this on eBay as a kit, and so I started with this first applique block right there, and I've got this one done. And I still have to do the embroidery part of it, you know, the branches and stuff like that, but it's so cute. So this is a lot of smaller pieces. This is when the applique really comes in handy. And I think at some point I'll do a video where I just show myself working on these smaller pieces. So for the other applique blocks, for quite a few of them, I've done things like trace the shapes on the applique paper. You know, some of them are cut out, some of them still have to be the edges turned and that kind of thing, but that just gets a little attention here and there. Mostly it's the Raven quilt these days. So that's how my applique is going. So in one of my earlier applique videos from a few years back, I showed how I store my applique tools in a pouch. I have that here. So this is a pouch that I made myself, and it opens up and it has space for all my tools. Applique uses these long rods, and then I have a couple pairs of applique scissors, etc. So I was using this for that, and quite a few people have asked me for a pattern for it, but I don't have one. I just kind of made this up as I went along, and so I'm sorry about that. But I have been finding lately that it gets a little bulky and cumbersome to have this. So I don't know, it's just not working as well for me these days. So what I'm doing now is trying to find an alternative, and I decided I wanted something like just like a pouch, a bag that I could put my tools in, just for the turning of the pieces. So like the rods, the glue stick, the scissors, something like that. Sorry, I'm kind of babbling. But so I've been playing around with different pouches. Alright, I'm going to anyway. The first one that I have tried is called the Boxy Tool Pouch from Sotak Patterns. I have several of her patterns. I've made a few different things out of them. Mostly I've made tote bags, but I really like, she has clear instructions, and then she also has YouTube videos where she goes through how to make them, so that's really helpful. So I made one of those. So it turned out really cute. That's the inside. The only thing is I had to bind the edges, the inside edges. That's what it calls for. So it's nice and clean, but I don't really like that process. I don't know how people do it. I have a Juki, which is a great machine. And yet I still manage to like break the needle and get skipped stitches and all of this when I'm doing this like bulky parts. So I just didn't love having to do that. So this will probably be like a pen pouch or something. I think I probably needed a bigger version anyway, which she has 3 different shapes. So anyway, that's the first one that I've tried. The next one that I'm going to try is the Essential Pouch, also by Sew Talk Patterns. So I'm going to make the medium of this and see how I like that. And then I wanted to show you the pouch. I have a thing I made for when I am sewing my pieces on, and for the supplies that I use for that. I probably showed that in that original applique video, but that one I find is really handy, so I'm going to show you that one. Okay, so this one is a pattern from Anila Hui. I'll put her name on the screen. You can find her patterns on Etsy, and this is the one I use when I'm sewing on my pieces. So it also is like a trifold, and it opens up like this. And I find my Aurifil threads fit perfectly in here. I keep my needles and applique pins in here. I think this is, I don't think this is in the pattern. This is a zipper pouch, but I find I don't use it. But I could use it for like the pieces that I'm going to be sewing on. And then I put my needles, my little glue, my thimble pads, and my scissors in here. So if you're looking for something for that part of the applique, I highly recommend this pattern. And yeah, that works really well for me. So I'm still on the search to find my perfect pouch, but until then, I mean, I mostly sit at my desk and turn my edges over that way. So I've just got them stored in the desk for now. I have been doing a little bit of hand quilting. I tend, when I have time to stitch, I usually am doing cross stitch or hand applique. But I need to spend more time on this because I would really love to have it done. But I am hand quilting Midnight Silhouette from Blackbird Designs. I don't really have a good way to show it to you. I've shown the quilt top in the past. And like right now I'm doing black on black, so it's kind of pointless to show you. But I'm just kind of outlining my stitching. I use the Big Stitch quilting needles from Primitive Gatherings. One thing that I'm having a bit of a challenge with is because it's black fabric, sometimes threads get snagged. I can't really see in the light, and then it'll be like have like a little white. I think you can see that. I don't really know what to do about that, but yeah, so I haven't gotten that far on this, but I did, let's see. I did like part of, you can't see them, but there's part of the cat is done and stuff like that. And so the outlining part's easy. And then I need to figure out, like, I'm going to need to find the right thread color to use on the moon. Maybe I'll just use white, but yeah, I have a lot of work to do there. That's going to take me some time, but let the record show I did start it. Okay, so next I think I will show you some things that I have purchased since I last saw you. Purchases and gifts. Yeah, let's just get into it. Okay. Let's see, I don't even know how I ended up in this rabbit hole. I love Linda Brannock, the designer. I love her quilt designs, and I think I didn't have a saved search for her on eBay, and then at some point I created one, and so I've acquired some patterns of hers. This is Fall Festival. Isn't that cute? This is not Linda Brannock, but same area. This is Jan Paddock and Sue Spargo's Primitive Primer. I've wanted this one for a long time, and it came up on eBay. Isn't that beautiful? There's other ones in here too, I think. This one. So yeah, that'd be good. This is a beautiful Linda Brannock one. This is called Flowers, and this was, I believe, a block of the month. Isn't that gorgeous? I really want to make that. I wish I had somewhere around here that sold these kinds of fabrics, but that's okay. Figure it out. It's beautiful. This is Miss Jump's Favorites, also by Linda Brannick. There's some baskets, and I love this. I don't know how to sew with these kinds of templates. I know how to hand applique, but I don't really know how to sew with templates. So if you have any good learning resources that you want to direct me towards, I would love that. It's another great one. I know that's how a lot of quilting used to be done, but I'm a little late to the game, and I don't know. Isn't that gorgeous? So very happy to have that. This is also Linda Brannick, Gardening for Quilters. So, it's just so beautiful. So. And this is Cotton and Wool, Miss Jump's Farewell. Lots of cute stuff in here. This one is like a book. This one must have come out later. Just so cute. A lot of like gardening stuff, and she's just the cutest stars. So very excited for all of those. Lots of inspiration in there. So I had a very lovely experience lately. A lovely lady by the name of Barbara contacted me through my shop, and she said that she was watching my floss tube and that she'd started cross stitching again, and she mentioned that she had a quilt shop in Petaluma, California, which is about an hour drive from where I live. And well, I went down there to Petaluma. I went over there to Petaluma and I met Barbara, and it was awesome. The shop is called the Quilted Angel. And Barbara is so awesome, and her shop is amazing. And she let me know that she had Civil War reproduction fabrics there too, amongst all of the other beautiful fabrics. So I got to see those, and it's exciting to know that she's there with that. I wasn't looking for something specific, so I didn't buy anything from that area of the store, but I did find some other fabrics. They were having a 20% off yardage sale. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. She has Tilda fabrics there. She has Tula Pink. She has so much good stuff. If you're anywhere near it, check it out. But I'm going to show you the fabrics I did buy. I had some fun. So this is, well, this one I couldn't walk away. Look at these gnomes. They're just so cute. I mean, come on. Gnomes and mushrooms. No idea what I'm gonna do with it. Just loved it. Had to have it. This is Joanne Figueroa. Maybe you've seen this one before. It's cross stitch. Had to have it again. Nothing like shopping for quilting fabric in a quilt shop, I'll tell you. I love this. This is Ruby Star. I love them all, obviously. That's why I bought them. That's so pretty. This one I found in the Remnants, I think. Or did I find it on the Bolt? No, I found this on the Bolt. This is Joe Morton. Oh. Gorgeous. This is an old Blackbird Designs. I know it's just a pinstripe, but I love it. I have like a half yard of this in my stash, and I couldn't believe when I saw on the Bolt there, because I think this would just make a beautiful like background fabric for some applique. So I picked that up. I picked up a yard. I probably should have picked up more, but trying to have some self-control. This is just so cute. I don't know. It's just another one I just couldn't walk away. This was in the Remnants, and I actually cut into this already for my Raven quilt. Just a beautiful reproduction fabric. This was the Joe Morton I found in the remnant bin. I was excited. Love those colors. Beautiful. And then this is a Melody Miller fabric that I couldn't walk away from either. It reminded me of my sister, and now she wants throw pillows out of it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Obviously not really my colors, but it's happy, makes me happy to look at it, and this is like my sister in a fabric. So I bought those beautiful fabrics, and now I showed you, and I can put them in my stash. Barbara was also very kind and shared with me some free patterns, including this Blackbird Designs Old Primrose Inn. This is Barbara Brackman, Baltimore Blues, and there's, yeah, several beautiful ones in here. So that was very nice of her and fun. And then she gifted me a beautiful project bag. She started making project bags, and she had them in her shop. This is so luscious. It's got silk batting. It's quilted, and look at the little deer, the Red Riding Hood, little cherries. I fell in love with this, and she gifted it to me, and I'm so lucky. So I can't wait to use this. It is so cute, you guys. Like, quality. So if you are anywhere near Petaluma, even if you're not, I highly recommend. And she does have a website, and I will put that information down below. And then one last thing, my parents went on their kind of like bucket list trip to Africa, and my mom bought me a piece of fabric that she brought back. It's gorgeous. I've read about these Dutch wax fabrics that they use a lot over there, but I really don't know anything about sewing with it. It's extremely stiff. And so at first I was like, I don't know, what I do with this. And they said that you sew with it like this when it's in this state, then you wash it and it becomes soft. If any of you have experience with that, could you let me know or give me tips? Because it's hard because I don't know what it's going to be like when it's done. My mom's doesn't sew. She doesn't know anything about fabric. So, she didn't really know what questions to ask, but obviously I don't want to experiment too much because it's such a beautiful fabric and I don't want to waste it, but I don't want to put in time and make something and then have it not work as that function because it's not how expected, if that makes sense. So if you guys know anything you could share with me, this is just gorgeous and vibrant, and I don't want to mess it up. So those are the beautiful things that I've acquired. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you about Quilting World. Like I said, I really just need to get to piecing, and I have all these, books and beautiful patterns available to me, and I'm overthinking it. So I think what I need to do is just sit down and make a simple quilt. And then last night I looked up some older Elizabeth Ann can stitch videos, not older, but like recent ones that she's done, where she does kind of like crafting vlogs and quilting vlogs. And that was really helpful because she made this baby quilt a while back, and then she made like a bigger version for herself. That I already watched the baby one. I'm like halfway through the bigger version. I was like, that's what I need to do. I just need to like follow Liz and follow her example, because Liz is an amazing quilter, but she was making these like more simplified ones, and she makes it look really easy, and I know it's not gonna be that easy for me, but I need to stop overthinking. Just pick like 3 fabrics and make a quilt and get back in the swing of things, and then I can try trickier things. But I just need to get into it. And thank you to everyone who's making QuiltTube videos or quilting videos in general, because the inspiration and the instruction and tips are so useful. Just watching Liz make make a quilt that with blocks I've made before, like she says things throughout when she's doing it that I'm like, oh, I never would have thought of that, and that makes so much sense, and now it's a huge help and a game changer. So it's always nice to watch people walk through how they do certain things, because no one ever taught me. I just, like most of us, I think, just kind of learned from videos or books or websites. So when you're watching someone do it in real time, it's very helpful. And I'm trying to provide some of those videos with the for the hand applique to kind of do that same thing. But if there's if there's anything else that you think would be helpful, let me know. Anyways, I just hope that you're all doing well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video if you did. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.